You're saying you could make an argument that President Biden is a worse threat to democracy than Donald Trump. That's what you just said.
But who else has ever tried to? Who else has ever tried to censor? What president in history has ever tried to censor political opponents?
Yes, I reacted to a video similar to this, but this is concerning.
There's a lot here. Okay, one, you're seeing why Bobby doesn't get invited on a lot of mainstream networks. Okay. They do not want to hear anything that he's saying right now. I would have had a different conversation with him. I would have checked a couple of more points early on because he's very clever. He's a very intelligent guy. People mistake his voice for his cogency, and they're two very different things. So Erin, you see, is trying to distill the soundbite. Kennedy says Biden more dangerous than Trump. That's what she wanted out of it. That's the clickbait. I'm not criticizing her. I'm saying that's what it is. He is touching on something that is really, really important for Democrats to understand. Okay. The Trump is the boogeyman argument is not going to get it done for you with independents. It's not going to work. I'm not saying that you're wrong to make the argument. I'm saying that people know who Trump is. He's been weighed and he's been measured. Every moment you spend not discussing policies that you will put in place and methods that you will establish with your leadership that is better than his is a moment lost. People don't like what the government did under Biden during COVID.
Yes, it is high time Libras understand this. It is not working. They have been using this tactic for a very long time to go after Trump. It is not working. This man said just one thing and it triggered a lot of people, especially, Democrat. What Chris is saying here, it made a lot of sense. When Chris was working with CNN, he could not speak like this. But now he is outspoken, saying things I don't even believe. You are seeing why Bobby does not get invited on a lot of mainstream media network. They do not want to hear anything that he is saying right now. He's agreeing with RFK. What he said on CNN, it has triggered a lot of Libras like never before. Even Joy Behar recently had this Tackling the View segment where they usually, talk about politics. According to this article, Fox News recently put out, Bear sounds off on RFK says he is a dangerous threat to President Biden.
I want to just point out something about RFK Jr., if I may, because what you have are these enablers, and he's very dangerous. He was on Erin Burnett the other night. Watch this tape.
When people talk about the threat to democracy that Trump poses, do you really think that is an equal evil to Biden?
Listen, I can make the argument that President Biden is a much worse threat to democracy. And the reason for that is President Biden is the first candidate in history, the first president in history that has used the federal agencies to censor political speech, so to censor his opponent.
Because Biden doesn't
Did he just say he's the first person in political... Where has he been?
To silence his opponent.
You think he would know history since
Well,
he comes from
one
the
would
Kennedy
think,
family.
you would think, but go
Does
ahead.
he realize, first of all, he's a threat, I think, more to Biden, just because of his name, that people out there, they're not really looking into things. I think they think, oh, Kennedy, Democrat, I'll vote for him.
Yeah.
Even meanwhile, he's a conspiracy theorist. He's anti-science. His whole family is voting for Biden.
Yeah.
And this type of dangerous rhetoric that Biden is a bigger threat to democracy than the man who wanted to throw over the government, overthrow the government.
He's also wrong in what he's saying. So he's talking about the First Amendment, it being the most important one, and that someone's squashing speech on social media. But President Biden is not responsible for private social media companies. The First Amendment is for the government. It does not apply necessarily to private companies who decide to ban you. And this is a man that the reason they finally took him off of the different, I don't know which one specifically, I think it was Instagram, was he kept shopping around these debunked
Who got taken off?
RFK Jr. got
Kennedy.
taken off. That's why he's mad at Biden, although he should be mad at Instagram. But he got mad because he said that he kept repeating some studies and things that had been debunked, and yet
Related to public health.
during a pandemic. But he also then will lie about that in every interview he.
Yes, when you want to see that you have triggered the mainstream media, it is to have somebody, being outspoken like this.
This is the democracy issue of our generation. What you're allowed to process for yourself versus what is manipulated on social media is the issue. Even the new feature on Meta where you can turn on and turn off different types of political speech, huge problem. Huge problem. We are in a censorship phase. The federal government was censoring information to social media platforms. We all know that there's always interface between media and government. Over the years, I've had many different administrations come to me and say, be careful about this, be careful about that, be careful. And I welcome it. I welcome it. But there's a line.
They are now, putting things together like this because he said things concerning medical procedures like this, bringing fake theories. Reason they decided to ban him on social media. You understand, this man won, I don't know if it was a court case, pertaining to his censorship on social media. He discovered that Biden was behind his banning on social media. He made it clear on this segment that he won. So people coming to say, oh, Biden does not have anything to do, is crazy. If Biden does not give certain decisions, especially to a presidential candidate, it will not happen that way. If you see RFK coming out to say this, it happened to Trump. It happened to him. They even refuse to give him protection, so you should understand why he is pissed off. There are a lot of things this man is saying that the mainstream media does not want to actually look at. Just look at CNN now. They will not call him again because they know he says some things that trigger them. Democrats don't want the truth. If you are that kind of person that want to speak out about certain issues that will affect them, they will silence you everywhere. Yes, let's do simple mathematics. When you look at the statistics, Trump is trailing at this, Biden at this, then Robert F. Kennedy had 12%. Take that 12%, combine, give it to Biden. Then you see the end result, how much Biden will get. So you will see exactly how this man is drawing voters away from Biden because he is more of a Democrat. I don't see it anywhere that he can draw away Trump voters because his beliefs, his policies, are just Democrat things, and Republicans don't fall for it.